Genesis 16, 1 through 5. Now Sarai, Abram's wife, bare him no children, and she had a handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. And Sarai said unto Abram, Behold, now Yahweh hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarai. And Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her handmaid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife. And he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes. And Sarai said unto Abram, My wrong be upon thee. I have given my handmaid into thy bosom. When she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. Yahweh, judge between me and thee. Verse 15. And Hagar bare Abram a son, and Abram called his son's name, which Hagar bare, Ishmael. Genesis 17, 15 through 16. Alaheym said unto Abram, As for Sarai thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be. And I will bless her, and give thee a son also of her. And I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her. Verse 19. And Alaheym said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. Genesis 18. And Yahweh appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door, and bowed himself toward the ground, and said, Yahweh, if I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant. Verse 6. And Abram hastened into the tent unto Sarah, and said, Make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal, knead it, and make cakes upon the hearth. And Abram ran unto the herd, and fetched a calf tender and good, and gave it unto the young man, and he hastened to dress it. And he took butter and milk, and the calf which he had dressed, and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree, and they did eat. And they said unto him, Where is Sarah thy wife? And he said, Behold, in the tent. And he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life. And lo, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door, which was behind him. Now Abram and Sarah were old, and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my master being old also? And Yahweh said unto Abram, Wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, Shall I of a surety bear a child, which am old? Is anything too hard for Yahweh? At this time appointed I will return unto thee according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. Then Sarah denied, saying, I laughed not, for she was afraid. And he said, Nay, thou didst laugh. Ishmael and Isaac, both were Abraham's seed. What's the difference? Sarah was chosen. Israel is from the chosen woman Sarah, not the bondwoman. Other nations of women are not worthy. Israel was never allowed to take strange wives. Deuteronomy 7, verse 5. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other Elohim. So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. Ezra 9, verse 1. Now when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, The people of Israel, and the priests and the Levites, have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. For for they have taken of their daughters for themselves, and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of princesses and rulers have been chief in this trespass. And now, O our Elohim, what shall we say after this? For we have forsaken thy commandments, which thou hast commanded by thy servants the prophets, saying, The land unto which ye go to possess it, it is an unclean land, with the filthiness of the peoples of the land, with their abominations, which have filled it from one end to another with their uncleanliness. Now therefore give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek peace or their wealth forever, that ye may be strong and eat the good of the land, and leave it for an inheritance to your children forever. And after this is come upon us for our evil deeds and for our great trespass, seeing that thou, our Elohim, hast punished us less than our iniquities deserve, and hast given us such deliverance as this, should we again break thy commandments, and join in affinity with the people of these abominations? Wouldst not thou be angry with us till thou hast consumed us, so that there should be no remnant nor escaping? What shall the other nations be to Israel? Leviticus 25:44. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of strangers that sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they beget in your land, and they shall be your possession. And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession, and they shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule over another with vigor. Isaiah 14:1. For Yahweh shall have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them, and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, those captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. It is still a sin to take a strange wife or husband. Most High did not change his mind. In the kingdom they will be our servants. Isaiah 56:3. Neither let the son of the stranger that hath joined himself to Yahweh speak, saying, Yahweh hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, Behold, I am a dry tree. Verse 6. Also the son of the stranger that joined himself to Yahweh to serve him, and to love the name of Yahweh, to be his servants, everyone that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and taketh hold of my covenant. Even them will I bring to my holy mountain, and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon mine altar, for my house shall be called a house of prayer for all people. Who is considered a people? Isaiah 40:17. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing, and vanity. Are the other nations considered a people to the Most High? Deuteronomy 32:21. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with the foolish nation. As you read, Israel provoked the Most High with vanities. In turn, the Most High provokes Israel with vanities, which is the other nations. Please note, when I speak of Israel, I'm not speaking of the fake Jews living in the land of Israel. I'm speaking of the people, mainly those who were scattered throughout the nations and brought into slavery, or the people who are a direct descendant of the man named Israel, who was by appearance a black man, making his descendants so-called black people. However, not all black people are Israelites. There are many dark nations that are not Israelites or children of Israel. Also, Israelites were scattered throughout all nations, and most removed out of the land of Israel. Some will look like other nations, so Israel cannot be distinguished completely by appearance.